were transported to Frederick Hospital. One of them had a broken leg, the other a broken hand. No cause for the accident has been identified so far. We'll keep you updated with more information as we get it. FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell giving an update today on wildfire recovery efforts in Hawaii. ABC's Jay O'Brien has details from Washington.
The FEMA administrator called this a really hard disaster, not only because Hawaii is a smaller state now grappling with a tragedy the likes of which they have never seen, but also because of the complicating factors of not having enough dogs. She also talked about the barriers people face to applying for disaster assistance from the federal government. She said not everyone is aware. There are FEMA officials on the ground to try to get them to apply, but there are a lot of people who need this disaster assistance and a finite number of FEMA officials there on the ground.
Jeanette Lucero lived in Wisconsin for 20 years before moving back to her home in Hawaii to open up a surf shop with her boyfriend. Lucero telling TMJ4 News that surf shop was destroyed in the Lahaina fires.
All of my friends here in Wisconsin have been warning me to prepare myself for the actual reality when I get home. I am actually a little relieved that I have a few more days to compose myself.
Lucero hasn't seen the damage in person yet after spending the last week in Milwaukee for a wedding. She should have arrived home on Tuesday, but she's had flight delays keeping her in Wisconsin. The latest indictment for former President Donald Trump may be in court in Georgia, but there are still a few Wisconsin connections. Republican Party chairman in the state, Brian Schimming, is referenced twice in the 98-page document. UW-Madison political science professor Ryan Owens tells TMJ4 this doesn't mean he was involved in the alleged crimes.
I don't think it means anything for him. What this is a lengthy statement of facts, of things that occurred to try to establish. Look at all these people that Trump and the Trump team talked to. Look at the extent of what they were trying to do.
The indictment also mentioning Wisconsin and alleging that the attempt to overturn the 2020 election was carried out in multiple states, including here in the Badger State. Kohl's will be hosting 2 hiring events this week for its downtown Milwaukee location. The Menominee Falls-based company holding those job fairs at the 3rd Street Market Hall on Thursday and Friday from 11 to 7. Kohl's says there are 10 full-time jobs available as well as 60 part-time positions for the new store with roles in sales, service, and operations. I'm Wyatt Barmar-Pooley, citing Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 3:04.
This report is sponsored by Creative Planning. Give your wealth a second look. CreativePlanning.com.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at CreativePlanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
I can remember the exact moment while we were sampling pizza on an East Coast food tour when we said, we need to highlight the culture and cuisine of the Midwest too. I felt drawn to showing off my hometown in a way that honored its past and present. And here we are, 16 years later, doing exactly that. I'm Teresa Emmons, founder of Milwaukee Food and City Tours and Chicago Food and City Tours. I hope you'll join us in Milwaukee or Chicago for a food tour this summer. Reserve your tour at MilwaukeeFoodTours.com or ChicagoFoodTours.com.
Grandview buys homes. Hi, I'm Tom Detlich. Do you want to sell your home but dread the time and the cost to do the repairs? Hate the idea of showing your home to strangers day and night? Is the stress of the months it takes to sell your home just too much to take? And if that isn't enough stress, what are you going to do with the 20 years of belongings you've accumulated? Selling your home doesn't have to be so darn difficult, so painfully stressful, or take so long. There's an easier way, and you have nothing to lose to try it out. Grandview Homes will give you a no-obligation, guaranteed, fair cash offer in as little as 48 hours. We buy your home completely as is. No repairs whatsoever. And we close on the day you choose. Take the belongings you want and leave the stress and the mess to us. Grandview Homes is A+ accredited with the Better Business Bureau. See what our customers are saying about us on the BBB website. Sell your home as is today. Call the name you know and the name you trust. GrandviewHomes.com.
If you're feeling vibrations in your steering wheel after reaching speeds of over 50 miles per hour, you should bring it into Richlands and let us fix it for you.
If your brakes are making weird noises or feel strange every time you apply them, you should bring it into Richlands and let us fix it for you.
If your engine light is on, you should bring it to Richlands.
And let us fix it for you, because there isn't an auto service repair job on the planet that our service techs can't fix.
Courtney's right. Just check out some of our Google reviews. A whole lot of stars means a whole lot of happy customers.
Proof's in the pudding. So whether you need factory scheduled maintenance
or tires, brakes, and suspension service, we've got your back.
5 conveniently located facilities, all AAA approved,
and all staffed by ASE certified technicians. I'm Brett Matschke, and the next time you're due for service,
bring it into Richlands and let us fix it for you.
Richlands Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richlands.
When you see our selection of gently worn brand name girls and women's clothing, you'll love what you find, and you'll love the prices, so low that you won't believe your eyes. At St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, you'll find something cute, maybe a whole new outfit for so much less. Gently worn brand name clothing at far below retail. You're gonna love it. On Highway 100 at Layton and Greenfield, and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John Mercure.
Market. John Mercure and Greg Matzek with you outside on Wisconsin Avenue on a sun-splashed afternoon. It's pretty windy out here, though, Matzek. This is like a wind tunnel.
You know, anybody who lives in downtown Milwaukee will tell you this. If you walk around Wisconsin Avenue, there's about a 7-block stretch where you're going to be in it in one way or the other. So it could be really calm in other areas of downtown Milwaukee, but for whatever reason, Wisconsin Avenue is a tunnel for wind. There's no doubt about that.
And we are in it.
Yes, sir.
So we are here live. Come on down. The night market gets going at 5 o'clock. The vendors are setting up now, but it goes until 10 o'clock tonight. All right. What are we checking out this afternoon?
This is the 3 at 3 on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
All right, Greg, what's up first?
We'll start with former President Donald Trump. He's expected to surrender at the Fulton County Jail this week, John. It's unclear exactly when this will occur, but Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labatt says he wants to treat defendants charged in the election subversion case the same as any other defendant would be treated, saying, quote, we'll have mugshots ready for you. So we don't know when it's all going to happen here, but it's going to be an entertaining rest of the week, or very interesting.
So we are led to believe there will be mugshots, there will be fingerprinting, there will be what in the media we refer to as a perp walk, where we get to see on camera the alleged perpetrator, in this case Donald Trump and the other defendants, walk into the courtroom with cameras and microphones in their face. That's what makes this different than the federal things. Many things make it different, but right off the bat, this will be televised. This will be on camera. The former president expected to surrender. His lawyers say probably early next week. One of the things they're working out is that he needs to turn himself in at Fulton County, that's in Atlanta, and he's juggling turning himself in. This sounds surreal. It's a presidential candidate. He's juggling turning himself in to be fingerprinted and booked with campaign stops and time on the campaign trail. Courtrooms and campaign stops is what the Trump folks are juggling right now. This is going to be a circus for sure. We will stay on top of it for you here at WTMJ. All right, what's the second thing?
Well, the Bucs are inching closer to announcing a hotel tenant for the lot where the Bradley Center once stood. A planned music venue for the same lot is being downsized.
So they were going to put 2 music venues on this lot, which is right on the exact same footprint of the old Bradley Center. Instead, now they've said that because of construction costs, they're going to eliminate the venue that would seat about 800 folks. They're going to put 1 venue in there, and it's going to seat between 4,000 and 4,500. And it could be scaled down, they say, for smaller shows. So perspective, what does that size mean? 4,000 to 4,500. That means that it will compete with places like the Pabst Theater and the Miller High Life Theater. They house about the same amount of people. Also, a small hotel is going to go in there. The hotel will have about 175 rooms, and that will still leave, if you can picture downtown, that blank gravel lot with 25 of the lots still available for future development. The Bucs say they're exploring all options for what could eventually go in there. By the way, Greg, Milwaukee's hotel market, speaking about that hotel, that small hotel, continuing to see investment. The Marcus Corporation has just begun a $20 million renovation of all the Pfister Hotel's ballrooms, guest rooms, and lobbies. So indeed, the hotel market is rebounding.
And the Bucks are capitalizing on what they've already built and have open. That's the Trade Hotel, which is a Marriott brand hotel, right next to Fiserv Forum, right across the street. So they're further expanding their footprint. We knew it was coming, but the Bucks have also had to reimagine how they want the Deer District flow to be after they had 60-some thousand people there during the NBA Finals. Peter Fagan and everybody went back to the drawing board. So the end product is likely going to be a little different than what they had thought out at the beginning of it all.
I love what they're doing down in the Deer District. The energy, the specialness of the Deer District. All right, what is the third thing?
Well, the night market, John, this was started back in 2014. The Milwaukee company started the night market as a way to kind of galvanize the downtown folks, people who live, work, and play in downtown. Also just kind of be family-friendly environment as well. It's now owned by the Westtown Association, but vendors are setting up as we speak for what should be a great night.
100,000 people show up to the night markets each year. I think there's maybe 5 of them. They do it each year, each summer. There's one today. There's another one in September. The goal is to create a free, vibrant, safe, interactive place in downtown for people to experience culture at night. If you've never been down here, it is super cool. The lights eventually come on, the sun sets, and there are hundreds of vendors selling everything from soap and lotions to food and flowers. There's jewelry. There's different interactive stuff. There's entertainment down here. So we are set up right on Wisconsin Avenue outside the entrance to the 3rd Street Market Hall. We're kind of across from the Warner Symphony Hall, if you know where that is, and the big blue Federal Building downtown. That's the 310 building. So we are right on Wisconsin Avenue. The show is here until 6 o'clock. We've got guests coming up, and the founder of the market will join us during the 5 o'clock hour. So come on down and say hello. We are broadcasting live from the Milwaukee Night Market. John Mercure and Greg Matzik for you. Up next on WTMJ, Alec Baldwin may not be out of hot water yet, related to that shooting death on the set of one of his movies. The latest coming up after traffic and weather.
Hey, your home is your biggest investment, right? You live in it, so you want to treat it with respect. And if you want the best for your home, it is the best at Siding Unlimited. That's where you got to look for windows, roofs, decks, doors, and more. And yes, siding, of course, right there in the name, Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited started as a siding company and then eventually expanded into all the other things that I talked about. Sons Eric and Aaron Brown run the company. They took it over from their father recently, and they do a fantastic job. And ultimately, they end up on job sites as well. They are invested in their clients and customers. Windows, roofs, decks, siding, and more. You want the best. It is Siding Unlimited. The Platinum Elite Contractor of the Year, named by Pella. It's a nationwide award, 3 years in a row. It's gone to Siding Unlimited. You'll see why if they go to work for you like they've done for me. Check them out online at sidingunlimited.com.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
We want to decrease your pain as fast as possible. When we inject our powerful, FDA-approved anti-inflammatory and cushioning medicine precisely guided to the root of your pain, in most cases, relief in hips, shoulders, elbows, and knees is a reality. For those who go through our entire process, we can very much control and reduce your pain while increasing your quality of life. Thousands of Rejuvenex patients maintain their pain relief with semi-annual to annual treatments, proven to reduce inflammation, to make pain a lot more bearable. Some providers may charge up to $8,000 for similar treatments. At Rejuvenex, because we're in network with most major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid, your out-of-pocket expense could be as low as $400 or less, or nothing at all. I'm Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Pain Clinics, where you can find pain relief. Really.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Is there anything sweeter than the crisp sound of a driver when it connects purely with the ball? Scientists have determined that sound has a psychological effect on golfers and that many evaluate the quality of their shot by the sound it makes. Right after contact, you may have the same sense about your financial plan. When you review what you own and why you own it and the date you plan on retiring, something doesn't seem, look, or sound right. Think of Annex Wealth Management as the swing doctors for your financial plan. We'll look at every component of your plan, including the goals you're swinging for, and give you the truly objective of analysis that comes from a fee-only fiduciary with no products to push or commissions to chase. It may be you need to only tweak one part of your plan, or you may have to work on a missing component. When it comes to helping you get it right, talk to our pros. Contact Annex Wealth Management today. Set up a time to meet in person or securely online and get a free portfolio review. Get started at annexwealth.com.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Brave Americans who served shouldn't be denied benefits or have a disability claim incorrectly evaluated by the VA. If you're one of those vets, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Well, looking like things on southbound 43, really kind of slowing down, basically from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. By the time you get to Center Street, it starts to open up. You should be good all the way to the Marquette. Northbound has that just little spot right before Capitol Drive where it starts to slow down a bit. Southbound 41, you're seeing backups from Silver Spring all the way down past Center Street as well. With the northbound side, your usual spot from Blue Mound Road up past Swan Boulevard. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast, chance for rain tonight, but it's going to be very late. After the night market is all done, a low of 67 degrees tonight. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, maybe a spotty afternoon shower, a high of 78. The weekend looking really good. Friday, mostly sunny, a high of 80. On Saturday, warm and sunny, a high of 86. On Sunday, hot and sunny, a high of 90 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, it is sunny and 77 degrees. John Mercure and Greg Matzik with you from the Milwaukee Night Market. Come on down. This thing goes, it really ramps up at 5 o'clock, and then it's going to go until 10 o'clock tonight. And we are here live right on Wisconsin Avenue. A sunny, windy afternoon. We apologize if you can hear the wind roaring through a little bit, but we're outside. It's very cool. Come on down. This is going to be the place to be. I want to talk a little bit about Alec Baldwin's situation. Background. Alec Baldwin in October of 2021 was on the set of his movie Rust, and a gun he was holding went off, and one person was killed, one person was injured. He was initially charged, and then the charges were dropped, and it seemed that he was in the clear. He's not, according to new analysis on the weapon. ABC's Jason Nathanson is with us from Los Angeles this afternoon and joins us live. Jason, good afternoon. Maybe we can start with you giving us more detailed background about what happened on the movie set in October of 2021 and lead into now where we are today.
Yeah, well, I mean, you pretty much covered it. He was on the set and he's shooting this movie Rust, a Western movie, and he's holding a gun which was supposed to be loaded with blanks, not real bullets. For some reason, and we still have not gotten a clear answer on this, there were actual real bullets in the gun, and Alec Baldwin was rehearsing a scene, and there's some dispute as to whether or not he was supposed to hold the gun and point it at the cinematographer, Halyna Hutchins, or not, but he was, and he was holding it. And Baldwin says that he never fired the gun, that he cocked the hammer, but he did not press the trigger, and the gun went off and fired, and the bullets that were in the gun killed cinematographer Halyna Hutchins. So then there was a whole investigation into exactly what happened. Charges were eventually brought against Baldwin and the armorer, Hannah Gutierrez-Reed. But then in, I believe it was April of this year, the manslaughter charges against Baldwin were dropped. There were new prosecutors on the case, special prosecutors, and they went through the evidence, and they said that they couldn't really determine from how the gun was, whether or not it was actually fireable or not, or whether it went off or not, and they decided to drop the charges. But they wanted to get a new forensic report on the gun itself. And they also said at the time that they could, if they have the new evidence, they could bring charges again against Alec Baldwin. So now this new report comes back, and it says, according to this new forensic analysis, that the gun could not have gone off without Alec Baldwin pulling the trigger. That's what they say. Now, this was also what was said in an FBI report earlier about the gun at the same time, saying that the gun could not have gone off, contrary to what Baldwin has claimed for years now, saying that he never pulled the trigger. The FBI said that the gun could not have gone off without pulling the trigger. Then the new prosecutors came in and they say it's possible it could have gone off. And now this new forensic analysis says, no, it's not possible that the gun could not have gone off without Baldwin pulling the trigger. So that means it's possible that we could see charges against Baldwin brought once again.
Jason, would this be enough, do you believe, to kind of re-examine things, open the trial back up, and see where it goes from there?
It's possible. It certainly is possible. One of the major sticking points, I think, of this, and we'll see once they get into the evidence and the lawyers have their say on all this, but it's interesting. In the forensic report, apparently when the FBI did their analysis of the gun, they damaged the gun. They damaged it pretty bad. And in this new forensic analysis, they say that they had to rebuild the gun. And in the rebuilding of the gun, they had to actually replace some parts to reassemble the gun to see if it could have been fired. Now, according to the forensic analysis, it doesn't seem that really necessarily affected the gun. Like, it wasn't that really – the parts that had to be replaced wouldn't have changed the overall outcome of things. But certainly Baldwin's lawyer will contest that, saying, hey, look, you kind of Frankenstein this gun back together, and now you can't really say for sure whether or not that would have been the case. I imagine that's going to be the defense on this, but it's interesting to see. We haven't heard yet from his side what they're going to say, because again, charges have not been brought. We're told, I think, by mid-August that they would have a decision on whether or not they would bring charges against Baldwin again. It's August 16th, so it's about now that we should find out about that.
ABC's Jason Nathanson is with us. Jason, I want to switch gears and ask you about Bradley Cooper and his new movies. He seems to be in the headlines and not necessarily for the right reasons. What's going on there?
Yeah, this is a weird little controversy about the new movie called Maestro, which is based on the marriage of Leonard Bernstein, legendary composer and conductor. It's kind of like the love story of him and his wife and everything that went down there through their kind of tumultuous marriage, but also a love story as well. The first trailer came out yesterday, and this is supposed to be, the thought is that this is an Oscar caliber movie. It's going to be on Netflix. They're going to put it in theaters, and Cooper, has a shot possibly at an Oscar nomination for his role here and also directing the film. So we get the first look yesterday, and some people were not happy about the portrayal or how Cooper looked, specifically his nose. So he has a prosthetic nose that he's using to play Leonard Bernstein, and some people are equating that to Jew face, or a kind of a play on the term blackface, saying that the nose is stereotypically big, long, and pointy, and just not accurate. And if you compare pictures of the two of them together, I think there's a similarity, but maybe the nose is a little bit enhanced more than Leonard Bernstein's actual nose. So over the course of a day or so online, and of course, a lot of the rhetoric comes from online. People were not happy with it, but it created such a stir that Bernstein's children actually put out a comment today, saying that they have worked with Bradley Cooper very closely on the portrayal of their father over the course of this whole film. They signed off on it. They're happy with it. They're fine with it. And they say, yeah, their father had a nice big nose, and that the prosthetics they're perfectly fine with. And they also say they're certain that their dad would have been fine with it as well. So is this a controversy? Is it a non-controversy? I don't know, but it is something definitely that got in the headlines over the past day.
Yeah, Jason, I think the last time we talked to you, we were doing everything pink in our studios. John was very irritated by that. We bought everything pink for him. We decorated our studios pink. Neither one of us has seen the movie, but it seems like we are in the growing minority. Everybody is seeing Barbie here, and it's starting to top the charts.
It's funny. It's been setting all kinds of records. Highest-grossing film ever directed by a woman in North America, and then worldwide, and top film of the year, and all that kind of stuff. And there's a new stat that it passed today, which I think is just absolutely remarkable. Barbie is now the highest-grossing movie ever put out by Warner Brothers in the U.S. and Canada. ever. And you're talking about Warner Brothers here. You're talking about the studio behind The Dark Knight, Wonder Woman, the whole Harry Potter series. So many different Batman movies and Superman movies, Joker, Aquaman, Suicide Squad, the Hobbit movies. Warner Brothers is no slouch of a studio, and Barbie is now the highest grossing film that they have ever put out in the U.S. and Canada. That's amazing. They can't imagine that they thought that would have been the case when they were making this film. And by the way, just to be clear, that's unadjusted for inflation, so it's not exactly apples to apples in the comparison, but still pretty remarkable.
ABC's Jason Nathanson in Hollywood. Jason, thank you so much.
Sure thing. Take care.
Time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Stocks sink again as the Fed leaves more rate hikes on the table. The S&P 500 was off 33 points. The Dow was down 181. The NASDAQ falling 156. Second day in a row that the NASDAQ dropped more than 1 full percentage point. Russell 2000 was also off on the day. It is 3:26 at WTMJ. Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. It is Azura. Compassion, empathy. It's what it's all about. Azura specializes in caring for those with early to late stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms. 14 locations in Wisconsin, 4 in the Milwaukee area. I'll tell you what, I've been in their places. I've seen how they care for their patients and the families of those patients. It's all about empathy. Treating you like family. It's AzuraLiving.com, and right now they've got something really cool going on. They've got their second annual community thrift sale. All proceeds benefit the Alzheimer's Association and Melanin Minded. August 18th and 19th. It's Friday and Saturday. Doors open at 9 on Friday, 8 on Saturday. It's at their Brookfield location. Come help make a difference like they do at Azura every single day. AzuraLiving.com.
I'd been living with a snoring problem nearly my entire life. In fact, I can remember my mother teasing me, saying that I'd snore so loudly that the walls of our house would cave in with each breath.
Fast forward only recently, when Jessica's snoring forced her husband out of their bed and into another room. It's a pretty common situation. We call it a sleep divorce, and that's not good. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula with Advent. After Jessica had a thorough breathing triangle evaluation, we found that her snoring problem required a simple solution. In-office balloon sinuplasty. It's a 20-minute procedure, and it works. You won't find it offered by big box healthcare, but you will find it at Advent, where we offer every effective snoring and sleep apnea solution available. You can hear more of Jessica's story at adventknowsjessica.com and take your first step towards breathing well so you can live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary.
Heiser Summer Tee-Up and Wind Event is happening now. Cool off in our showrooms and try your luck on our putting greens. Everyone is welcome, it's fun, and there's no purchase necessary. Win golf passes to 30-plus local golf courses, special Heiser discounts, and much, much more. Visit Heiser.com and stop by one of our locations by August 31st. At Heiser, today's your day.
See dealer for complete details. Sponsored by Executive Greens, LLC, SGolfWisconsin.com. It's August 31st, 2023.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. I'm not talking about unicorns and rainbows. I'm talking about Abby's proprietary, customized, color-coded install techniques. Did you know we have over 8 different ways to install a window compared to most companies only having one? It's not just about the window, it's about the install. We have high-quality installation material that can handle our Wisconsin 100-degree temperature swings. If you want a customized solution for your home, then call Abby today. And if somebody asks you if you know a guy in the business, you can say no, but I know a girl.
Traffic is sponsored by Smart Spaces. Adapt to the modern workplace. SmartSpacesWI.com.
How can Smart Spaces transform your business?
Creating technology, great culture, spaces that people really want to come to, attract talent, and keep that talent.
SmartSpacesWI.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 3:30. I'm Wyatt Barmore Pooley. Wisconsin's afternoon news is broadcasting live from the Milwaukee Night Market.
I'm Debbie Lazago. We do have some delays along southbound 43, starting around Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. Starts to let up once you get past Center Street. On the northbound side, we're slowing down right around the North Avenue curve up past Locust. We've also got southbound 41 backing up from just south of Appleton Avenue, and it stretches all the way down past Center Street as well. And then on the northbound side, slowing right out of the zoo up past Swan Boulevard. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight's going to be partly cloudy and breezy. Chance of showers and storms late, a low of 68 overnight. Thursday morning showers, then mostly sunny and windy with a high of 77. It's 82 degrees in Milwaukee at 3:31. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a developing story this afternoon. 2 people have been injured after a stairway collapse in Walker's Point. It's an exterior staircase that was attached to part of the Rockwell Automation building near Greenfield Avenue and 1st Street. It collapsed earlier today with 2 workers on the staircase. They fell off as it went down and were injured. The Milwaukee Deputy Fire Chief telling WTMJ those 2 workers were transported to Frederick Hospital. One of them had a broken leg, another a broken hand. No cause yet for the accident has been identified. We're going to keep you updated with more information as we get it coming in. The Maui wildfires touching the hearts of Wisconsinites even thousands of miles away. Jeanette Lucero lived in Wisconsin for 20 years before moving back to Hawaii to open up a surf shop. That surf shop destroyed in the fires, but a GoFundMe set up by friends has raised thousands of dollars to support her and her boyfriend who ran the shop. Lucero telling TMJ4 News she's very grateful.
It's actually made all the difference in the world. It's meant everything in the world to us.
According to GoFundMe, over $171,000 in total donations have been raised for Maui wildfire causes from Wisconsin. In Georgia, the Fulton County District Attorney is proposing a March trial date for former President Donald Trump and his 18 co-defendants. They're accused of engaging in a criminal organization aimed at illegally overturning the 2020 election. Before he turns himself in, Trump says he's going to hold a press conference to address the charges. ABC's Catherine Faulders has more.
I know from talking to sources close to the former president that some of his lawyers are advising him against doing such a press conference. So we'll just have to see. But in terms of what to expect, you can go by his Truth Social post. He says that's what's going to happen. It's going to be on Monday. Unclear what evidence, in quotes, essentially, that he prepares to present.
Current Wisconsin Republican Party Chairman Brian Schimming is named in the latest indictment for former President Trump, is having been contacted by alleged co-conspirators about Wisconsin's fake electors. In a statement to TMJ4 News, Schimming says the slate of alternate electors was assembled lawfully to, quote, preserve all legal options still pending before the courts during legal challenges to the 2020 election results. But Wisconsin Attorney Lester Pines tells TMJ4 News.
And remember, these people met in secret, and if they thought it was really a legitimate process, why didn't they do it in the open?
Schimming was not party chairman at the time and is not charged in the indictment. With the school year quickly approaching, his cybersecurity expert urging parents to set some guidelines for kids' mobile device usage. Eric Grieger tells WTMJ Now he'll check his children's phones in front of them at random.
It gives them the excuse with their friends to be able to say, hey, my parents will grab my phone at any moment, so don't text that thing that you might have just texted it to a bunch of other people to me.
Grieger also suggests using screen time apps in order to control a child's screen time. He says there's one included in the Apple operating system already. I'm Wyatt Barmar-Pooley, citing Unlimited. WTMJ News time is 3:34.
You're gonna love it all when you shop at St. Vincent de Paul. Old things, new things here for you. We're always changing, we're always new. So many friendly people, smiles from wall to wall. You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul. You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
We did the math. When you buy bagged mulch from the big guys, you pay $50 a yard. Why pay more for inferior mulch? When you buy from Erickson's, you'll get premium mulch for almost half the cost. And you'll see that even our economy mulch is better, for less than half the cost of bag mulch. And either choice is made with premium colorant that lasts longer. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Do you want the economy mulch or the premium? The only real difference is that the premium mulch has thicker strands, while the economy mulch is finer. But the colorant we use for both is of the highest quality, and that's why the color of our mulch lasts longer. And our mulch comes from trees, not pallets, and we process it all in-house. That's why our prices are so low. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
Where are we putting that money, and why are we putting it there? At Financial Strategies, you'll get answers to those questions to understand our approach. And the answers are going to be based on what we've learned about you. We're very engaged with our clients so that what we do for them fits their particular needs. But there are other things that we do that are equally important to the investment management portion of our services. I can't express how important it is to control the things you can control. At the end of the day, most investment managers will end up yielding similar overall returns. But knowing how to manage them wisely to avoid your nest egg being eaten away by the tax man, all legally of course, well, that's what I truly believe sets us apart. This is Jim Cantrell with Financial Strategies, Inc., and we can show you a wiser way to build your wealth. So go to financialstrategiesinc.com and schedule a no-cost consultation.
Financial strategies, a wiser way to build your wealth.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News on WTMJ.
On Wisconsin Avenue, we are just outside the 3rd Street Market Hall, kind of in between the Big Blue Federal Building and the Warner Symphony Theater. We're here until 6 o'clock. The night market officially opens at 5 o'clock, and it'll go until 10 o'clock tonight. We're joined by one of the vendors out here. It is Armando from Chelotsen. Armando, thank you so much for being with us.
Hi, thank you for having us here.
Tell us about this business. You and your wife, right, do this business.
It is actually my sister-in-law and my wife.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of help them to set up and, bring stuff and that. And it's a small woman-owned small company. They do plants. They sell plants and then some crafts. However, it's not just selling plants. They're trying to make people, educate people about plants, how to take care of them, the connection between nature and, people. And then, it's like I say, it's not just about buying a plant, it's,
Yeah, the theme on here says, for plants to thrive, pay attention and take care of your plants, right?
That's where I screw up.
Yeah, me too. Plants are hard.
They are.
Armando, do you have a green thumb? Are you good at plants?
I like plants. I like to.
Your wife is saying yes, you are.
I like to rescue. Like sometimes if I see a plant, broken down, I bring it home and she saved them, and I put them in water, and then suddenly they're 3 feet high. So yeah, I do like plants.
Well, it's how I knew I was ready for children. I kept a plant alive for a year, right? Then we got a dog. The dog is still living with us, and then we were ready for kids. So plants have been a very important part of our life.
I think we did it backwards. We did kids and then plants and then dogs.
Maybe I should have gone that way. Yes, absolutely. But these are beautiful, though. And how many festivals, how many kind of setups like this do you guys typically do throughout the year?
Well, they're trying to go to everyone that they can, as much as they can. Anything from 10, maybe more, 20, depends on how many events are, and then they also need to be with the plant themes. It's just, sometimes they're just like food or stuff like that. So anything that is like more like this kind of events, stuff where they stay.
So Armando from Chelotsen is with us. We've talked about the plants. If you come to their booth, and they are also right outside the entrance to 3rd Street Market Hall, you will see that the plants are beautiful and healthy and thriving. But I want to ask you about the beautiful plant holders and the decorative things that are on the plants. It looks like, is this macrame? Is this, what is it?
Crochet.
Crochet. Okay, see, I don't know anything. Crochet. So do your wife and sister-in-law crochet the holders for these beautiful plants? Or your wife does, right?
My wife does.
Beautiful.
Yes. So they're
Netflix and crochet. Is that what happens?
Yeah, basically. they work together. My sister-in-law is the one on the with the plants, and then my wife does all the plant holders.
Do you do the crochet? Are you a crochet guy?
I teach her everything she knows. Really.
There you go. Yeah, I can see
I have no idea what she does, but she spends a lot of time on it, and then puts a lot of love into it, and her you know, she just sits down and, you know, suddenly, you know, turn around and there's 5 done, and it's like,
boom!
Okay, you know, yeah. So
they're different colors, they're different patterns, they're absolutely beautiful, and you can come on down. So the great thing here is at Chelotson, you can buy the plant, you can buy the crocheted holder, all of it right here, right? You do all of this right here?
Yes.
So what is your experience at the night market, Ben? Is this your first time, or have you done this before?
This is their second time on this one.
Second time. Such a unique idea, right?
Yes,
it's just
it
a
is.
bunch of people hanging out. It's all set up and a bunch of different vendors, food, grab something to drink, and just kind of browse some local businesses.
Yes, and then there's a party at night too.
Love that, yeah.
Last time, was it this windy? This is like a tornado down here. Was it this windy last time?
No. It was a perfect day for a event like this outside.
Do plants like wind?
Yeah, they like wind, they like water, they like sun. And a lot
So
of
they're
people don't know
happy.
this. Another thing that I was talking to Dulce is Dulce Duran is the one from the plant side of it, which is my sister-in-law. I was talking to her because I was like, tell me what you guys do, besides just me. Helping you set it up. And then the name itself is, it's a combination of her mom's name and a like a Mother Earth, Chelotson. It's like, the same part of it. So she's trying to make a connection with people more than, like I said, just buying a plant, it's like, there's plants that are like good on the shade, they're inside, they're out, and then she does like, events where she teaches people how to take care of them, which is a good idea, and then meditations with along with the plants together, kind of like a
peaceful.
Wait, you're supposed to have your plants with you when you meditate and do yoga?
Yeah. Yes.
So are there certain plants that actually do downward dog?
Well, I mean, I don't know about
you kind of see it in the leaves here.
The meditation part, it is, it goes together with the plants.
Meditating with plants.
They're alive. They're,
Your wife is wearing a beautiful shirt that she crocheted.
Or did you crochet that one, Armando? I know you're into it.
Yeah.
Do you have any shirts that she has crocheted for you?
No, not yet.
You're wearing a White Sox shirt. You a White Sox fan?
Actually, Red Sox.
Oh, that's Red Sox.
Yeah, the Citgo sign. There you
go.
Go
Sox!
Brewers fan, 100%.
You are?
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
We'll keep you around then. That's good.
Yes.
Thank you so much for talking to us. If you want to check out their place,
very cool.
Chelotson, it's beautiful. The plants are stunning. You'll love, love, love the crocheted holders too. 3rd Street Market Hall on Wisconsin Avenue. They are right in the middle of this whole thing, broadcasting next to us. We're broadcasting next to them, I should say. Come on by and say hello. Armando, thank you so much for talking to us. We sure appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. It was pretty fast, and like I say, it's a good opportunity of learn about plants and take care of them, and and that connection with it is the main event of the business,
It is Chelotson. Thank you. Good luck today.
Thank you.
It is 3:43 at WTMJ.
Hey, I want to tell you about one of my absolute favorite hangouts. It's called the Hounds and Tap in Menominee Falls. You've heard me talking about it. It's not just a place for you to bring your dog for boarding or daycare or grooming services. No, they've got an inside-outside tavern set up as well. If you want to catch a game and a beer, you can do that with the dog or without. But it is a 12,000 square foot designed for dogs facility. It's absolutely beautiful and relatively brand new on 3 acres of land right in Menominee Falls, just off Silver Spring. Very easy to find. You got to check it out. The Hounds and Tap. It is a fun, it's a happy and safe environment with professionally trained dog handlers. So if you want to do that long weekend getaway and aren't sure what to do with your dog, well, there you go. Set up with the Hounds and Tap. They will take care of you. And check out their Facebook page. If you want to see a bunch of happy dogs on Facebook, check out the Hounds and Tap Facebook page. You'll get an idea for how well they take care of the dogs that are in-house and just what they go through throughout their day. They do a wonderful job at the Hounds and Tap. Food trucks are arriving daily. It's like a theme park for dogs. Check it out. And if you have an idea and you want to get on the website, we'll make it easy for you. All you have to do is text the word dog. Text the word dog to 855-616-1620. That's it. We'll send you all the information you need on the Hounds and Tap.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
This is Chief Home Buying Strategist Brian Wickert. A lot of home shoppers just go with their bank when it comes to getting their pre-approval and financing their new home. That's exactly what Jordan and Michelle did, and it wasn't until after they wrote their 5th losing offer that they took their agent's advice and called Accunet for a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval and offer strategy consultation. Every time you write an offer and lose, it's an emotional punch to the gut because you've already imagined having Thanksgiving dinner at that house. We're helping home shoppers and their agents write stronger, more convincing offers every day with powerful tools and strategies that really work. If you don't mind writing 5 losing offers, go ahead and get a flimsy generic pre-approval from your bank or credit union. But if you want the best shot at writing an offer that gets accepted, get a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from Accunet, and I'll personally join in on your offer strategy consultation like I did for Jordan and Michelle, whose very next offer was a winner. All you got to do to get started is click on the blue button today at accunet.com.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, best-selling author and founder of the Neal Group, with over 40 years of experience helping businesses make money and keep it. 2023 is in full swing. How are you doing? Do you have money in the bank, or are you just getting by? Doing the same old and expecting different results? We help you look at your numbers and understand what they mean so you can make better business decisions. How would you like an extra $10,000 or $100,000 in your bank account? I thought you might. Using tried and true strategies, we have helped countless businesses increase their profits and lower stress. Our Neal deal guarantees you will increase your profits or you don't pay us. Really. If you want to get started on the road to making more money and having less stress, visit nealgroup.net right now. That's NEAL group.net. The first meeting is free to see if we can help you put more money in your pocket. Again, that's nealgroup.net.
Abby with Abby Windows here. If I had $1 for every time customers said, all windows look the same, just give me a price. Well, if that's the case, then you haven't seen ours yet. You're right. Most windows have welds that are ugly, jagged, and look all stitched up, similar to wearing your shirt inside out. I call them Frankenstein windows. If you want a clean, seamless miter that's not inside out, enter our Fine Line Weld technology. Trust me, you'll believe it once you see it. For the best looking window on the market, call Abby Windows today. And if somebody asks you if you know a guy in the business, you can say no, but I know a girl.
Well, it looks like we've got some debris in the roadway. 94 eastbound, right about at 84th Street. The 2 right lanes are blocked right now. Squad's out there trying to get the debris. Looks like sheets of paper or something getting moved out of traffic. But until then, those 2 right lanes are blocked, and you want to be extra careful heading through there. Otherwise, we've got your usual delays southbound on 43 as you're making your way down from Silver Spring, down through the Capitol Drive area past Locust. Northbound 41 is going to be slow from Blue Mountain Road all the way up past Swan Boulevard. Southbound side of 41 slowing from Silver Spring down to about Center Street. And if you happen to see something we should know about, give us a call on the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. Rediscover the road at Hall Mazda during Mazda's season of discovery. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, chance for showers or storms, a low of 67 degrees, so much more mild than the past couple of nights. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, spotty afternoon shower, just spotty, hit and miss, a high of 78 degrees, and that leads into a pretty nice weekend. Friday, mostly sunny, a high of 89 degrees. On Saturday, warm and sunny, a high of 86. And on Sunday, hot and sunny. Most areas will touch 90 degrees. In Milwaukee right now, it is sunny and 78 degrees. John Mercure and Greg Matchik with you from the Milwaukee Night Market right on Wisconsin Avenue. Westtown Association puts this thing on 4 or 5 times a year. It is a great night. It's a little breezy. You can hear that, but the sun is out. It is dry. The temperature is very pleasant. Things get rolling here big time at 5 o'clock. The food will get fired up and all the vendors will be in place. It goes until 10 o'clock. If you've ever wanted to do a farmer's market kind of at night, this is the place to do it.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We'll talk to the founder actually coming up during the 5 o'clock.
Yeah, our good friend Ian Abston. It started back in 2014, the night market. It's continued on with the West Doylestown Association sort of taking the reins and continuing, and it's been a very successful, near decade-long run for something that started as a way to unify the downtown community.
I love it. A safe thing to do downtown after hours, when most of the employees have gone home for the day traditionally. It is 3:49 at WTMJ.
All right, John, from time to time, we like to play a little game on this program, and the idea behind the game is this. There are enough headlines and wacky stories around the world that I sometimes wonder to myself, am I reading an Onion article or not? And sometimes I click on the article and I realize, yes, I am reading an Onion article. And some of the headlines I see, no, it's an actual story. So we like to call the game Headline or Head Lie.
Ooh, I like it.
Here's what we'll do.
Let's play.
I'll go through the headline. You have to tell me if what I'm telling you or reading to you is an actual headline or if it is a made-up headline.
All right, let's go.
All right.
I think I'm ready.
Headline number 1. Stepdad claims watching raccoons fight by a dumpster is better than any zoo. Is that a headline or a head lie?
That's a great headline or head lie. I'm going to say that is a real headline.
Johnny being correct. I don't know.
Oh, you made that one up?
Substantiate that one, but I thought you might like it.
I did like that one. I like animal stories.
All right, here.
It sounded like something that could have easily been from Florida.
Yes, and that really is really the source for a lot of the headlines that you might think are head lies. All right, number 2. Eggo releases brunch in a jar liqueur for boozy breakfasts.
Hey, Lego my Eggo.
So Lego my Eggo. Do they release something in a jar that tastes like breakfast? I'm going to say that's a real headline also. That sounds like something that could have a market.
John, you would be correct.
Yes.
That's right. The makers of Eggo brand waffles, the Kellogg's Corporation, has teamed up with Sugarlands Distilling Company to launch a new boozy innovation, Eggo Brunch in a Jar Sippin' Cream.
Where can you get that?
There you go.
I wonder if that's one of those things that will actually end up in the supermarket, or if you're going to have to, order a raffle and there's only a couple hundred, because I might try that.
Pour it out in a martini glass, do a little garnish with a mini waffle, and chuck a piece of bacon in it. There you go. There's your craft cocktail for a Friday night.
That sounds fantastic. Bloody Marys and mimosas going to get a run for their money, it sounds like.
Yeah, you got that right, John. So according to the Kellogg Company, they make the Eggo waffle. The liqueur seamlessly blends the flavors of toasted Eggo waffles, sweet maple syrup, and rich butter with a hint of smoky bacon, all there in a ready-to-pour boozy little drink. Add ice if you'd like. Pour it over a little ice cream. It is 40% alcohol, so it's an 80 proof kind of deal.
That's a little stronger than a mimosa.
It really is.
Would you try that?
Absolutely. The drink is made so parents can Lego the Eggo and treat yourself to that feeling that brunch evokes. We all like a brunch, and who doesn't like a little cocktail?
I would try that for sure.
So yes, Eggo. Keep your eye out for it. Check out the Eggo website if you'd like. Sugarlands Distilling Company is located, for what it's worth, in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Oh, of course, like a moonshine country.
Absolutely. That might be what's actually inside your whole thing there.
I'm
All
not
right.
judging.
Headline or head lie? Prison guard heats lunch inside 150-degree solitary confinement cell.
Prison guard, did you say? Or prisoner? What was
Prison guard.
Wow, that's got to be not right, because I don't think you'd survive in there. If it was 150 degrees, you'd probably be dead.
I think you poked a hole in it too by saying, "Wait, why would a prison guard be held in the 150 degrees?"
Well, I didn't realize I poked a hole in that. That would be so hot. I mean, the hottest temperature recorded on Earth is like 131 degrees.
That is a head lie. All right, final one.
How do you think these up? I'm learning a little bit about how your mind works.
Yeah,
also.
I'm kind of a screwed up cat here. All right, number 4. Here we go. Jay-Z themed library cards spark increase in Brooklyn Public Library membership. Is that a headline or a head lie?
Well, he is a New York guy, so that could be possible. I would think that a Beyonce, his wife card would be more popular. I'm going to say that's real. Give me headline.
It is a head line. That is right. To celebrate the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, the Brooklyn Public Library and Rock Nation have released 13 limited edition library cards with artwork from Jay-Z albums. So you go in to get your library card, and the front face of the card has got the cover of a Jay-Z album and your name and barcode or whatever it is,
That's
QR
fun.
code on the back. So it's kind of a cool idea, right? And you're thinking, well, maybe it's a little gimmicky. Is this really going to work? What are they trying to do here? Well, the initiative ends toward the end of this month, it's resulted in 14,000 new library accounts.
Whoa.
A spokesperson for the Brooklyn Public Library told CNN. Of course, Jay-Z is famous for having New York as his playground, for lack of a better term. He's a fixture at Knicks games. He's always courtside. That is his playground. The Jay-Z themed cards are available for free for New York State residents, and you can collect all 13 versions, but only one will be activated to a Brooklyn Public Library account. If you want to check out resources, contact the library itself. How about that?
How about that? That's fun. All right,
Headline or headline?
Let's go back to the drinks for a second.
Okay.
So, thoughts on brunch drinks. So you got your Bloody Mary, which everybody really loves, except I don't like tomato juice, so I'm kind of out on the Bloody Mary, but I will eat the garnish out of somebody's Bloody Mary. You got the mimosa, which is, what is that, orange juice and champagne?
Yep.
Okay, pretty basic, easy to pound a bunch of those. There's the screwdriver.
Yep.
I think that's my favorite. I'm a vodka guy, so that's vodka orange juice, right?
Correct.
So you got the screwdriver, and then you got the Eggo concoction.
Well, now you've got this to add to the mix. You're leaving out one, and it
What
might
am
be
I
my
missing?
favorite, and that's the beer mosa.
Oh, tell me about that.
So the beer mosa you can get at a variety of restaurants in the Milwaukee area, Cafe Hollander, Cafe Benelux, if you'd like to do that. So that is a high-speed Vit beer, so a little bit more of a citrusy kind of light beer mixed with a little bit of orange juice. And you might be saying to yourself, you just ruined a good beer, Matzik. Well, you might be right, but it actually tastes very good, very refreshing, perfect for the breakfast hours or brunch hours. So add that to the mix.
The beer mosa.
The beer mosa.
All right, I am in on that beer mosa. All right. It is 3:55 at WTMJ. The news with Wyatt Barmarpuli is up ahead at the top of the hour. Business Headlines is sponsored by the Pfister Hotel. Make your reservations today. Visit thepfisterhotel.com.
The Deer District has another prospect for a hotel 3 months after the Trade Milwaukee opens north of Fiserv Forum. Madison developer NCG eyes a parcel on the former Bradley Center site. Plans are not finalized. The maker of Carmex Lip Balm gets closer to constructing a $30 million headquarters in Franklin. Karma Laboratories could receive up to $1.8 million in city subsidies for the project. The Milwaukee Street Bar and Restaurant District downtown gets a new steak joint. Carbon Steak plans to open this fall in the former Garden Banquet Hall. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
For 130 years, the Pfister Hotel in downtown Milwaukee has been delighting guests with impeccable service, luxurious accommodations, and an unmatched standard for excellence. Celebrate your next special occasion with a stay at the Pfister. Enjoy fine dining at Mason Street Grill and Cafe at the Pfister. Pamper yourself with a service from the Well Spa and Salon. Take in live music with the best views of the city from Blue, the 23rd floor cocktail lounge. There's always a reason to celebrate with the Pfister Hotel. Make your reservations at thepfisterhotel.com.
Three Pillars in Dousman is rated the best continuing care community in Wisconsin. Located on 300 beautiful Lake Country acres, it's not just a great place to live, it's an incredible place to work. Three Pillars has career opportunities for RNs and LPNs in assisted living and long-term skilled nursing, with signing bonuses up to $5,000. Be part of the state's top-rated team and make a difference in the lives of others every day. Learn more at threepillars.org.
Let's face it, selling a home is stressful, difficult, and costly. The repairs, the showing your home to strangers, the months it takes to get to closing. And then what do you do with the 20 years of belongings you've accumulated? There's an easier way, and you have nothing to lose to try it out. Grandview Homes will give you a no-obligation, fair cash offer and close on the day you choose. We buy your home completely as is, no repairs whatsoever. Take the belongings you want and leave the stress and the mess to us. Call or visit grandviewhomes.com.
This is Protection, the everyday skin protection ritual that protects your skin from mosquitoes. Off, the #1 dermatologist recommended repellent brand, SC Johnson.
Get ready for back to school with Griffin's back to school service specials, just $129.95. Oil change, tire rotation, multi-point inspection, AC check, and new wiper blades included. Visit one of Griffin's 5 dealerships today.
For WTMJ contest rules, visit WTMJ.com/contests.
Traffic is sponsored by SB Framing Gallery, Milwaukee's distinctive archival framing.
SB Framing Gallery in the 3rd Ward can enhance and protect your artwork for generations. Framing pieces with archival and distinctive design. Learn more at sbframinggallery.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Your locally owned hometown station gives you the news and what it means to you. Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 4 o'clock. I'm Wyatt Barmore Pooley. Wisconsin's Afternoon News is broadcasting live from the Milwaukee Night Market.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and we've got slowdowns southbound on 41, hitting the brakes just south of Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. The northbound side slowing down from Blue Mound Road up past Swan Boulevard. Eastbound 94 hitting the brakes just a bit from about 76th Street through the Stadium Interchange, with the westbound side slowing down around 16th all the way through to Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound on 43, we are seeing backups from Silver Spring pretty much all the way down past Capitol Drive to about North Avenue, back on the brakes over the high-rise bridge onto 4394. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight's going to be partly cloudy and breezy. We had a chance of showers and storms late in the night, a low of 68. We're going to have morning showers continuing on Thursday, then mostly sunny and windy throughout the day, a high of 77. It's 83 degrees in Milwaukee at 4 o'clock. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a developing story we've been following this afternoon. 2 people are injured in the hospital after a stairway collapse in Walker's Point. It was an exterior staircase that was attached to part of the Rockwell Automation building near Greenfield Avenue. It was on the roof of the building, and it collapsed earlier today with 2 workers on it. They fell off as the staircase collapsed and were injured in the fall. The Milwaukee Deputy Fire Chief telling WTMJ those 2 workers were transported to Froedtert Hospital by Milwaukee Fire crews. One had a broken leg and one had a broken hand. No cause for the accident has been identified so far. We're going to keep you updated with any information we get as we get it. Brown Deer police are asking for the public's help finding a suspect wanted for an armed sexual assault that happened on August 3rd around 12:45 in the morning near North Deerwood Drive. Both the suspect and victim got on a Milwaukee County Transit bus and rode the bus to Brown Deer, where the incident occurred. The suspect and the victim did not know each other. The latest indictment for former President Donald Trump may be in court in Georgia, but there are still a few Wisconsin connections. Wisconsin Republican Party Chairman Brian Schimming is referenced twice in the 98-page document. UW-Madison political science professor Ryan Owens tells TMJ4 News this does not mean he was involved in the alleged crimes.
I don't think it means anything for him. What this is a lengthy statement of facts, of things that occurred to try to establish, look at all these people that Trump and the Trump team talked to, look at the extent of what they were trying to do.
The indictment also mentioning Wisconsin in alleging that the attempt to overturn the 2020 election was carried out in multiple states, including here in the Badger State. It's a big day on Maui because many of the roadblocks that were preventing residents on the western side of the island from returning home after the fires have now come down. ABC's Alex Stone is there.
Opening the roads here that lead to West Maui is a very big deal. That means that many island residents who don't live in the burn zone but have been unable to get home can now go home, and those who were trapped north of Lahaina can now get out. Lahaina itself in the burn zone remains closed, but drivers can use a bypass to go around the town and get somewhat of their normal lives back. But it's bumper-to-bumper traffic as people are returning.
Jeanette Lucero lived in Wisconsin for 20 years before moving back to her home in Hawaii recently to open up a surf shop with her boyfriend. Lucero telling TMJ4 News that surf shop was destroyed in the Lahaina fires.
All of my friends here in Wisconsin have been warning me to prepare myself for the actual reality when I get home. I am actually a little relieved that I have a few more days to compose myself.
Lucero hasn't seen the damage in person yet after spending last week in Milwaukee for a wedding. She should have arrived home on Tuesday, but has had flight delays. The Pentagon can't verify claims by North Korea. The U.S. soldier from Racine wants to remain in the country.
Army Private Travis King was being brought back to the States last month when he instead left the airport, took a bus to the DMZ, and ran across to North Korea. Now, state media there is reporting that King is seeking refuge and that the Park High School grad is disillusioned with American society. ABC's Martha Raddatz.
His family had told us something similar just a few weeks ago, saying he was struggling during his deployment with racism.
The Pentagon says it can't verify the claims, but instead is focused on getting him home. Eric Bilstead, WTMJ News.
And I'm Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, Siding Unlimited. WTMJ News time is 4:04.
This report is sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. SidingUnlimited.com.
Your home is your biggest investment, and you live in it. So when you invest in it, you want the best. The best windows, the best roofing, the best deck. Where do you look? Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited, you ask? For windows, roofs, and decks? Yes. Siding Unlimited is the best installer of windows, roofs, and decks. They also are the best with siding. Prove it, you demand. Good point. Well, Siding Unlimited has the manufacturer's awards and customer satisfaction history to prove it. In fact, Pella Window named Siding Unlimited their Platinum Elite Contractor of the Year in the entire country 3 years in a row. What's so great about Siding Unlimited? Well, honest pricing, devoted American craftsmen, integrity. You want the best, and Siding Unlimited is it. Windows, roofs, decks, and Siding Unlimited. SidingUnlimited.com.
Old National Bank.
I just got your home equity loan, and this feeling of joy and exhilaration overcame me.
Yeah, it's a phenomenon we call getting old.
Wow, so I'm not the only one?
No, small business owners feel it with expansion loans. Families feel it when they're setting up trusts and 529s. Nonprofits who need financing to help the community. And anyone who needs investment advice, they all feel it.
So it's not just me?
No, you're in a pretty big club.
Like a club I can join?
I really don't.
Is there at least a secret handshake?
Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Old National. Get old. Member FDIC.
The deeper the hole, the more damage you're going to cause, especially if you're driving around with low tire pressure.
We're talking about potholes, and if you're not careful, they'll spring up out of nowhere and bite you right in the keister.
We've fixed broken ball joints, broken control arms, blown struts, damaged wheel alignments.
You name it, we fixed it. That wheel alignment is an adjustment of your suspension, which is a system that connects your car to its wheels.
And when your alignment's off, you get uneven, premature tire wear, and we have a fix for that too.
If a pothole is bitten you where it hurts, come to Richlands for a professional evaluation by one of our ASE certified technicians.
And at the very least, we'll make sure you have the right amount of air pressure in your tires.
And remember, be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands. Your
Due for service.
Since 1964, we've changed your tires and so much more. Richlands Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richlands.
Hi, I'm Nancy Hernandez.
Hi, I'm Ashley Booth.
Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Stanek.
Hey everyone, I'm Jim Pop.
Downtown is the heart of the city of Milwaukee.
When it came to finding our own space, we decided downtown Milwaukee was the place to be.
We believe in supporting the communities we serve.
Our associates absolutely love the energy, the activities, and the connections they're able to make by being downtown.
Experience it for yourself.
Go to MilwaukeeDowntown.com.
Do you work downtown? Milwaukee Downtown is bringing back the food, fun, and camaraderie. Downtown Employee Appreciation Week is back August 14th through the 18th to reward the hardest working crew around. Get the scoop on free lunches, office challenge games, after-hours socials, and plenty of other perks. Visit iworkdowntownmke.com for a complete schedule of events. See you downtown.
Green and Gold News with the best in the business.
Go, Pack, go!
It's time for Jason Wilde on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
ESPN Milwaukee's Wilde and Tausch, 9 a.m. to noon. We almost just got run over by a tent, Matzik. This nice lady here saved our life, I think.
I'm putting my
I'm being
hand
serious, young lady. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
This thing was about to land on top of us.
I'm putting my head now underneath the table at the night market because it's a little bit of a windshield, and I think it could also protect me from falling debris.
Milwaukee night market, never a dull moment. It is really, really windy out here, so we apologize for that. But it's sunny and great. The vendors are starting to set up, and we're doing our best to make sure the tent next door doesn't land on top of us. All right, let's bring him in. He is Jason Wilde, Patriots in town to practice with the Pack. Wilde, good afternoon. How was it up there today?
Well, it sounds like it was less dangerous for me than it is for you guys right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's dicey.
It was good. It was good work. We got another day of it tomorrow, and Jordan Love got to see some things that he wouldn't have seen from the Packers defense in a regular practice. He had some good, he had some bad, as you have heard me say over and over again about just about every practice of his. But it was definitely productive, and it'll be fun to watch another one tomorrow.
Jason, is there a strategic nature to how the Packers decide who they're going to have joint practices with? I mean, they're never going to do this with the Bears and Vikings, right? They don't want to put anything or give any team some ammunition. So I think it's not a coincidence, right, that it's the Bengals one week, an AFC opponent, the Patriots this week, another AFC and uncommon opponent.
Yeah, certainly that's the ideal, and you would hope that your preseason schedule lines up in a way that either in the Packers' case going to Cincinnati early or in the Patriots' case coming here early, that you can do some joint practices leading in to a preseason game. I know the Jets were doing it with the Panthers last week. I think the Jets were doing something with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers today. Ideally, that schedule falls in a way that you can do that. And if you look back on the Packers' preseason schedule in recent years, obviously last year I think they opened at San Francisco in the preseason. You wouldn't go out there and do a joint practice with them. That wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. So yeah, if it's possible and you got a couple of opposite conference teams on the preseason schedule, that's ideal. And frankly, given the trend line in this league right now toward the value of these joint practices, I would anticipate that the NFL and coaches especially will request this, that they try and tailor the preseason schedules in a way that allow for this sort of stuff. Because I think coaches really, really like it, being able to have their quarterback not be hit and having the opponent and your own playbook be able to be run without worrying about people seeing it on film from a preseason game.
So, Jason, that leads me to the question. Last week, you did such a great job laying out, or maybe it was yesterday, everything runs together, of why you like this idea and the benefits and why this works well. Why do some, Aaron Rodgers and others, not like it? What's the downside?
Well, I think Rodgers has come around on it now. He certainly didn't like it back in 19 when, as I've talked about with you. You're right. I talk to you guys every day now. I talk to you more than I talk to Paula. So they do run together. But I think I've talked to you guys about how in 19, Chuck Pagano was the defensive coordinator for the Bears. His brother was on the Texans staff. They were worried that he was going to tell Chuck everything that he saw from the Packers offense. So LaFleur, by his own admission, first-year head coach, basically treated these joint practices like preseason games and didn't run the stuff that you need to practice to run. So it was basically, from a preparation and playbook standpoint, 2 wasted days. I thought Rodgers came around on it when the Jets were here in 21 and when the Saints were here last year. Like, as long as you're able to do it and actually run your stuff and the opponent runs its stuff so you can really be challenged, I think Rodgers believes in it now. He may be worried about fights and stuff. There weren't any fights in today's practice. I know there was one between the Jets and the Buccaneers today, but I think that everyone is now recognizing that these are so much more useful than preseason games where starters don't play a lot. I mean, Jordan Love, for as good as he was in his 2 series against the Bengals, they played one of their defensive starters. One of their safeties started. That is their normal starter. Everyone else on the starting lineup didn't play. So that leads you to wonder how good was Love? What do we read into it? That's not an issue when you do something like they had today.
So, Wilde, our teammate Ben Brust of ESPN Wisconsin, you hear him Scalzo and Brust 4-6 during the week. He has purchased an Aaron Rodgers Jets jersey with the number 8, and he's been wearing that thing out throughout the course of this week. Well, I did not know he had intentions of going to training camp. So there was Ben Brust in Green Bay, and Matt LaFleur is signing a bunch of autographs, right? Kids are next to him and adults and whatnot. And there's Ben Brust in the middle of it all, and Matt LaFleur signs his Aaron Rodgers Jets 8 jersey. I'm not sure if you've seen the picture of this or not. Is this a good look for Brust, and it is a good look for LaFleur?
The only question that I have is, was he able to expense that, or do we not allow for expensing an Aaron Rodgers Jets jersey?
I think it probably. I don't know if that goes through, right? I don't know if who's approving the expenses. You got to expense mileage going to Green Bay. There's a lot that goes into this.
No doubt. So yeah, I'm not going to speak for Ben's behavior. Ben can defend himself very effectively, all on his own. I don't want that kind of smoke personally. You will not see me donning an Aaron Rodgers Jets jersey or asking for autographs. I'm still debating, though, whether or not I have the guts, because Jordan Love talked today. I'm still trying to figure out if I've got the guts to do what Tausch is challenging me to do, which is hide in the laundry hamper that Jordan does his press briefings in front of, and when it starts, pop out of the top of it. I still have not decided if I have the guts to actually go through with that dare.
Well, we can help you with that.
That's
we would
right.
love to make that happen.
You let us know.
I think I'm probably too big of a chicken to do that.
Yeah. ESPN Milwaukee's Jason Wilde. Jason, thank you so much for being with us.
All right, fellas. Talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Be good.
Let me tell you about Wisconsin Granite Design. Free estimates in one of the largest showrooms in the Midwest. Extensive selection of granite, quartz, marble. This is the team. This is the place. They have transformed my house with the marble that they just put in. Lena, Amanda, the team's out there. It's quick and easy. Our project is stunning. They were so efficient. It's only a couple weeks. You pick out your one-of-a-kind slab. They've got 200 to choose from. It's Wisconsin Granite Design. Installed in 2 to 3 weeks. Wisconsin Granite Design is Wisconsin's #1 source for kitchen countertops, renovations, and remodeling. I'll tell you, it's easy. They're fabricators. They're people who do their stuff. 80-plus years of experience. They're going to take care of you big time at Wisconsin Granite Design. I'm getting ready to post some pictures of my finished project. I can't believe how beautiful it is. My wife is happy. My house is a different house. Tell them John Mercure sent you. Receive a free sink cutout valued at $300. It's Wisconsin Granite Design.
It's a good thing they're in L.A. Now Mookie can finally get some solid sleep.
The pitch. Swinging a drive to left and deep. Get up! Get out of here! Go!
It's the Brewers and the Dodgers. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 8:35. We are the home of the Brewers, WTMJ.
As the old saying goes, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. When it comes to retirement planning, this couldn't be more true. Hi, I'm Aaron Kowal of Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialists. We understand life is busy and sometimes important things like retirement planning can fall to the wayside. So I'm here to remind you to take time to plan. A 1-hour retirement planning consultation with our fiduciary advisors will help you get started on the path to your dream retirement. We will review your current financial situation, your goals and needs, and help you plan for life's what-ifs. Don't delay planning for your future any longer. Our advisors at Kowal Investment Group are here to help you create a clear path to retirement, execute your plan, and navigate changes throughout retirement to ensure you stay on track. If you're close to or already in retirement and have $750,000 or more in investable assets, give our office a call today at 262-522-4040 or visit thekowalway.com to schedule your no-obligation retirement review.
Kowal Investment Group is a registered investment advisor.
Evans Transportation is stoked for the Milwaukee baseball playoff push. After all, they're the complete player when it comes to logistics. But instead of being a 5-tool player, Evans is the ultimate 3-tool logistics partner. When manufacturers have accounting, shipping, and tracking needs, they come to Evans. And for the record, Evans is happy to leave the stuff to the real players. They'll stick to logistics. Good luck to Milwaukee from Evans and Delafield. Find them at evanstrans.com.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Hurt at work? Call Tayback for the payback. An injury at work may leave you eligible for compensation benefits, including lost wages, coverage of medical bills, or a cash settlement. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Well, we got your backups along southbound 894 from just before Beloit Road all the way down and around the Hale Interchange onto 894 eastbound. So heads up with that. Northbound on 41 Backing up from Wisconsin Avenue, make that Blue Mound Road all the way up past Swan Boulevard. Southbound 43, lots of company there from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive, almost to North Avenue. The northbound side's very heavy from Fond du Lac Avenue up past Locust. Southbound on 4394, also going to be very slow off the high-rise bridge all the way down towards Lincoln. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
One of my favorite days of the week because our friend Tori Lowe from the Tori Lowe Show joins us at 4:15. His show is on from 1 to 4, is that right? 1 to 4, Tori Lowe is on. Tori, thanks for being with us out here outside at the Milwaukee Night Market.
Hey, look, I appreciate you for having me on the show. It's always a blessing to stop through.
I love it. Okay, so the Republicans will be here debating.
Right.
1 week from today, they will be here in town. And I've heard some consternation about how our Mayor Cavalier Johnson will handle this. Should he show up and welcome them and greet them and say welcome to the city, or should he stay low because they're Republicans and he's not? What's your take on all that?
Well, you know, I'll tell you this. It's sportsmanship. It's political. It's a political arena. And I always believe that, you know, I believe in sportsmanship. You know, I think that many times, you know, we don't like our opponents or people that we're against. But like I said, you know, there's a game of life that we have to play, and it comes with sportsmanship and making sure that they feel your presence as well. So I believe that he should step right in there and shake some hands and say, hey, I'm here too. It's in our city, it's my city, and you're on my turf.
I'm glad to hear you say that, because by greeting them and being a cheerleader for Milwaukee doesn't mean he's going to vote for these guys. Right. It just means he's saying, look, we got a great place and we're glad that you're here spending your money and putting us on the map.
Using the facilities. Yeah. I mean,
I'm with you.
I'm telling you, this is a great time to show, you know, that when we talk about politics, that, hey, you know, you're here in my city. This is you know, I'm the mayor, and I'm going to shake your hand and look you straight in the eye. And I think that would be the best thing that could take place.
Hey, Tori, I wanted to ask you about a story about LaShawn Thompson. He was incarcerated in a Georgia prison for simple battery in the summer of 2022. He has since passed away. In his cell, officials found bed bugs.
Right.
And the bed bugs authorities are saying it has kind of contributed to his death. They've now reached a $4 million settlement with the family that this disgusting cell were the living conditions for the gentleman who was incarcerated. How do you put this in perspective, where a man's health, regardless of why he's in prison, man health was declining right in front of officials and authorities in a disgusting environment, and nothing was really done about it.
And, you know, a lot of upgrade needs to be done to these jail facilities, even right here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Terrell Thomas, you know, several people have lost their lives right here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin in these jails. But the unfortunate thing about this Fulton County jail facility is this may be where Donald Trump might have to end up, you know, as far as him being charged and 18 of his friends or whoever, his cohorts, they've been charged in Fulton County. And this facility where this young man had been eaten alive by bed bugs, this is where they want them to get booked in. They say they got 10 days to come and get booked in into that facility.
Well, I'll say this. That was terrible. That was atrocious. We all agree. But if we're going to treat one man one way, then we need to treat all the men the same way.
So they all need to share the room. They, you know, share some of the.
Yeah, I mean, they said Trump's going to get mugshot. Trump's going to get the fingerprints. This is going to be much different than his other appearances, where he was treated quite differently. Should he be treated the same as if you or I were being booked in somewhere?
If you get charged, you know, you got to go through the system, and if you got to go through the booking, you should go through the booking. But when I look at this thing, what is kind of odd is that this is probably one of the worst jail facilities in the country.
Right.
And Rudy Giuliani is on this, involved in this RICO, I would say. So all of these people got a nice, comfortable place in the Fulton County Jail waiting on them if they're able to be convicted.
With a few million little visitors that'll be crawling all over their body once they get checked in there.
Horrible.
What's your take on this whole situation with Donald Trump now being indicted for the 4th time? These are state charges. These are different charges. If he's convicted, he cannot pardon himself. If he's reelected president, a Republican president could not pardon him. These are state charges, very different. What's your perspective on what's been unfolding with the former president of Georgia?
Look, this is the 4th criminal case against Donald Trump, and I'll tell you this, he got a lot to chew on. When I look at the situation, and there's also others tied into this, like I said, it's not just Donald Trump with this one. This is a RICO, and the DA down in Atlanta, she also had a recent RICO on a huge rap artist, Young Thug. So the YSL gang. So she's making her rounds, Franny Wilkes, she's making her rounds right now, and she's building up quite a reputation for herself down there in Georgia.
Hey, Tori, I want to get your perspective, too, on the night market, right? This was designed a little less than 10 years ago as a way to sort of bring a community together, whether you live, work, play downtown, regardless, just a place to come down. Families, black, white, doesn't matter, vendors set up, small businesses, but always a cool environment. Man, our city really needed this when it came to fruition in 2014.
Greg, I love the fact that these people are out here having a great time, displaying their resources and products, and this is what we need to build the economy in the city of Milwaukee, for people to come out and support this, because many times when we talk about people creating jobs for themselves, people creating economics, this is a beautiful way to do it, and it's in a great location downtown in front of the 3rd Street Marketplace. This is a time to get out, have some fun while we got the last days of summer up on us. Yeah.
How do you like working downtown?
Oh, it's beautiful. I'll tell you this. I think I gained some weight, working down here.
You're not
everywhere
alone.
You look, it's great places to eat. It's a lot of things that we can do down here. It's a fun place to bring the family.
Tori Lowe, the Tori Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth from 1 to 4 Monday through Friday. I check it out whenever I'm out running my errands. I appreciate you, Tori. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hey, God bless you guys. Thank you for having me on.
It is 4:25 at WTMJ. Coming up in the next half hour, Ann Sayers, the travel secretary, is with us. Like to fish, so does Ann. Some fishing spots, hot ones in our state. She'll be with us coming up. And also Tim Sheehy. He works down here in downtown Milwaukee and will join us right here in our Milwaukee Night Market studios. All that coming up before we get you to 5 o'clock. The news is straight ahead on WTMJ. First, time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Everything in the red. Stocks sink again as the Fed hints that more hikes could be on the table. The S&P 500 was off 34 points today. The Dow was off 181. The NASDAQ falling 157. The Russell 2000 was off as well. Crude oil down, gold down, and silver down on the day. Annex Wealth Management, tax planning, estate planning. It's annexwealth.com.
This is Anthony Zanevsky with Quality Heating. When you have over 20 HVAC techs working with you that each have over 20 years of experience, it gives you confidence to be able to go out there and talk reliability, integrity, value, all the things that matter when you hire someone to get the job done right the first time. These words mean everything to us, and we know they mean a lot to you. And that's what you'll get when you hire the man in the red van.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality heating, quality heating.
Now's when the summer heat is working your AC system into overtime. And after this long, it may be on borrowed time. But some of these systems really can't last, especially Armstrong Air Pro Series systems. When your AC system says its final goodbye, think of the man in the red van and the over 60 years of experience that Quality Heating brings to your home. To get your new Armstrong Air Pro Series AC system installed right and right away.
You gotta see the man in the red van. Quality heating, quality heating.
It's a good thing they're in L.A. Now Mookie can finally get some solid sleep.
The pitch. Swinging a drive to left and deep.
It's the Brewers and the Dodgers. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 8:35. We are the home of the Brewers, WTMJ.
It's WTMJ's Brandon Snide here for Wisconsin Harley-Davidson. Summer is still going strong, and Wisconsin Harley-Davidson in Oconomowoc has all the fun going on. Join Wisconsin Harley-Davidson this Saturday, August 19th for a bike and car ride organized by the Carpenters Union and Local 314, all to benefit Logan's Hearts and Smiles with music by Random Acts, food, and much more. Check out WISHD.com or like and follow Wisconsin Harley-Davidson on Facebook and Instagram. That's WISHD.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
Hey, WTMJ's Greg Matzik. I want to tell you about Flanners Home Entertainment, a staple in the audio-video industry in Milwaukee for years, decades, as a matter of fact. You could find Flanners locations in West Allis, Grafton, and at Flanners.com. And growing up, a trip to Flanners, that was a treat because I knew they had all the great stuff. They had all the great speakers, the receivers, the big screen TVs. Absolutely, I still have a big screen TV. Rear projection. We're going back a long time. I bought it at Flanners in 2003. I still have it. Pull the trigger on an upgrade to your TV and audio system by visiting Flanners Home Entertainment. That's right. Forget about the box stores and those risky online purchases. Flanners does it right. They have quality service, the best brands, a guaranteed best price. That all remains top priorities for this incredible business. West Allis, Grafton, and online at Flanners.com. Check them out. Flanners. Sound advice at the best price. Just press play.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex Arthritis Clinics are in-network with most major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid, and there have been thousands of patients that have received our pain relief treatment with zero out-of-pocket expense. Our FDA-approved treatments we'll use to remedy your pain are precisely guided to its root, to provide inflammation and cushioning relief to alleviate pain. What ends up happening is you begin on a pain maintenance plan, and how committed you want to be to alleviating your pain is up to you. But at the least, you can see us semi-annually to annually to, in many cases, significantly reduce pain in hips, shoulders, elbows, and knees. I'm Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Pain Clinics. We can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. It's pain relief, really. Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 4:30. I'm Wyatt Barmar-Pooley. Wisconsin's afternoon news, broadcasting live from the Milwaukee Night Market.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and along 94 westbound, seeing some backups in Waukesha County, basically from just west of Highway 18 all the way to about Highway 164. It's going to be a heavy spot there, eastbound and westbound, by the way, in that spot. Southbound 43 slowing down from before Silver Spring all the way down through the Marquette to 4394. Southbound to the northbound side is going to be a little slow from about Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up to about Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, partly cloudy and breezy, a chance of some showers and storms late, a low of 68. Tomorrow morning, showers, then mostly sunny and windy, a high of 77. It's 82 degrees in Milwaukee at 4:31. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the Georgia prosecutor bringing charges against former President Donald Trump has a schedule in mind for the trial. ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy reports.
While they have until the end of next week to present themselves for booking at the county jail, the Fulton County DA says the defendants in the racketeering case should appear for their arraignment the week of September 5th. That's right after Labor Day. Fani Willis says the trial of the former president and his 18 co-defendants should begin on March 4th. That's the day before the Super Tuesday primaries in more than a dozen states, including in the two largest states, California and Texas.
Current Wisconsin Republican Party Chairman Brian Schimming is named in that latest indictment as having been contacted by alleged co-conspirators about Wisconsin's fake electors. In a statement to TMJ4 News, Schimming says that slate of alternate electors was assembled lawfully, quote, to preserve all legal options still pending before the courts during the legal challenges to the 2020 election result. But Wisconsin Attorney Lester Pines tells TMJ4 News.
And remember, these people met in secret, and if they thought it was really a legitimate process, why didn't they do it in the open?
Schimming was not party chairman at the time and is not charged in the Georgia indictment. The Maui wildfires touching the hearts of Wisconsinites even thousands of miles away. Jeanette Lucero lived in Wisconsin for 20 years before moving back to her home of Hawaii to open up a surf shop with her boyfriend. That surf shop destroyed in the fires, but a GoFundMe set up by friends has raised thousands of dollars to support the couple. Lucero telling TMJ4 News she's very grateful.
It's actually made all the difference in the world. It's meant everything in the world to us.
According to GoFundMe, over $171,000 has been raised for Maui wildfire causes from the state of Wisconsin. Top Chef is hoping to film at 2 iconic Milwaukee locations this week. According to the Milwaukee Business Journal, the producers of the reality cooking show have filed permit applications to film at Discovery World and the Miller Caves. The Biz Journal reporting the show is supplied to set up 2 tents between Thursday and Saturday for filming. One tent outside Discovery World at the lakefront and the other at Miller Brewing Company on State Street, with some filming also set to take place inside the caves themselves. I'm Wyatt Parmar-Pooley, citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 4:34.
This report sponsored by Pella of Wisconsin. Discover Pella now, pay later at PellaWI.com.
I'm coming!
Hi, Mark Tauscher.
Boy, you just never know when or where you're going to pop up. This time, it's my house.
Can I come in?
You're already standing in my living room.
Ah, Tausch, you have mosquitoes in here.
Oh, yeah. It's like an insect zoo right now at my house. Heads up, here comes that wasp again. Incoming!
Shoo! You need Pella's 250 series of windows with exclusive hidden screens. They fit inside the actual window and protect you from nature.
Okay, now that's just brilliant. Yes, please. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin to the rescue.
You got anything to drink around here?
Yeah, just go right ahead and make yourself at home, I guess.
Ooh, root beer.
Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, bundle and save. Get a 250 series patio door and 8 double-hung windows with hidden screens for as low as $188 per month. Visit PellaWI.com today. Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offer ends 8/31/23.
Brewers fans, it's me, Dom Catronio, host of Brewers Extra Innings, here to tell you that you can now catch Brewers Extra Innings wherever you get your podcasts. Apple, Spotify, and of course, WTMJ.com and the WTMJ mobile app. Every stat, every storyline, and of course, highlights from the games this season following the Brewers all year long. Catch Brewers Extra Innings, presented by Fifth Third Bank, right here on the home of the Brewers, WTMJ.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368. This is Chief Home Buying Strategist Brian Wickert. A lot of home shoppers just go with their bank when it comes to getting their pre-approval and financing their new home. That's exactly what Jordan and Michelle did, and it wasn't until after they wrote their 5th losing offer that they took their agent's advice and called Accunet for a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval and offer strategy consultation. Every time you write an offer and lose, it's an emotional punch to the gut because you've already imagined having Thanksgiving dinner at that house. We're helping home shoppers and their agents write stronger, more convincing offers every day with powerful tools and strategies that really work. If you don't mind writing 5 losing offers, go ahead and get a flimsy generic pre-approval from your bank or credit union. But if you want the best shot at writing an offer that gets accepted, get a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from Accunet, and I'll personally join in on your offer strategy consultation like I did for Jordan and Michelle, whose very next offer was a winner. All you got to do to get started is click on the blue button today at ACCUNET.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on WTMJ.
All right, John Mercure and Greg Matzik broadcasting live from the Milwaukee Night Market on Wisconsin Avenue. We're here till 6. The night market's going to get rocking here in about 20 minutes. The vendors are setting up. The food's going to get fired up. The night market is officially open from 5 till 10. We are right outside the entrance to the 3rd Street Market Hall, kind of between the Warner Symphony Center and the Big Blue Federal Building. Come on by and say hello. Lots of sunshine. Going to be a good one. Time for our weekly chat with the Travel Secretary, Ann Sayers, sponsored by TravelWisconsin.com. She is with us. Ann, thank you so much for being here.
So this is about fishing, and it's such a big part of what happens in Wisconsin, not just in the summer, but in the winter, too. Are you a fisherwoman? I guess, is that the right term?
I guess I don't know at what point you're allowed to own that label, but I like fishing. I'm not great at it, but I do enjoy it, yes.
So do you get out and actually fish or at least tool around with other fisher people a couple times a year or once a year?
I do, a couple times a year. Tool around is a perfect phrase. I'm actually going out on Lake Michigan for some fishing later in the summer. So I love that part too.
That's cool. And that's a whole different thing. Have you done that before, gone out on a charter for some of the big fish on the big lake?
Only once, but I actually ate the fish that I caught. It was delicious, and I was so proud of myself.
Hey, Tony, you want Annex right away first thing?
So I plan to do it again. I loved it.
I do too. That's so cool, and it's so unlike anything else that you do in our rivers and our streams. And I'm excited to talk to you today because the topic is fishing, and we really have a lot of great options in Wisconsin, don't we?
We do, and I'm so excited because we're starting in Richland County, the Driftless.
Okay, yeah, let's get into that. Tell us about trout fishing in the Driftless.
Yes, so you can discover the peace of trout fishing in the streams of Richland County. You're going to be impressed by world-class cold water trout streams because this is the Driftless. Plan your trip around Richland Center, which is surrounded by 267 miles of Class 1 and Class 2 trout streams. Some of the top streams to experience are Pine River, Mill Creek, and Willow Creek. They twist and turn through the tranquil countryside. I just love this area of the state. The area produces good trout, so good, in fact, that the DNR uses the fish from here to stock their other streams across Wisconsin. While you're there, maybe stay in Richland Center area by renting one of the properties by Ridge and Valley Hospitality. They operate 2 distinct short-term rental houses on sites like Airbnb. One of them is this thoughtfully designed Scandinavian-inspired cabin. It's so cute, cozy little space for couples that even has a walnut sauna to relax in.
Ooh.
The other property is a guest suite inside a charming and modern farmhouse just outside of Richland Center.
That sounds so nice, and I think this part of our state, people don't know enough about. The Driftless region really is a cool place. Another place that I think we need to explore a little further is Iron County, and there's great fishing opportunities in Iron County.
Yeah, the turtle flambeau flowage defines the idyllic Northwoods fishing trip. It's a massive body of water in Iron County. It was formed nearly a century ago. A dam was constructed downstream that resulted in a reservoir of what is now 14,000 acres. It's hundreds of islands that now dot that flowage and miles of untouched wooded shoreline all around it. Anglers absolutely dream about the walleye fishing in the turtle flambeau flowage. The abundance of large walleye is outstanding. It's a really big reason folks make the trip. The flowage is also home to trophy-worthy muskies, smallmouth bass, and other species. And once you filled your cooler with fish, you can head over to the Dead Horse Lodge in Mercer. This lakeside resort promises rugged luxury in the heart of the Northwoods. You'll stay in spacious, comfortable cabins that have all the amenities of home, including kitchens, so you can prepare your freshly caught fish and maybe wind down the evening by lounging at one of the fire pits there at Dead Horse Lodge.
Oh, my gosh, that sounds so nice. So I love Door County, and we go most years, but I don't really think of Door County for fishing, and I guess I need to change the way I think about that.
Yeah, you need to check yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of visitors think of Door County as cherries and wine, but it's a peninsula, so you can actually capture your own ingredients by going charter fishing. You can book a fishing adventure through Wacky Walleye Guide Service, great name. The Door County Base Guide leads several trips on the Bay of Green Bay and Lake Michigan side of the peninsula. You can angle for trophy walleye and smallmouth bass in the summer and fall months. Then return in the winter on a guided ice fishing excursion for Lake Michigan whitefish. And when in Door County, of course, you need to add another quintessential fish experience to your itinerary. That is the fish boil. The one-pot meal of potatoes, onions, and whitefish cooked over a huge open fire is a tradition rooted in Scandinavian heritage. You'll be wowed as the boil master lights a massive flame that burns off the brine in the pot. I just love how that smells and feels.
For
so
sure.
Cool. Yeah, and several Door County restaurants impress visitors and their stomachs with fish boils. So that includes the Old Post Office Restaurant, Waterfront Mary's Bar and Grill, and the Log Den.
I love this. So I'm going to Scandinavia in 3 weeks, and here we've talked about a Scandinavian cabin, the Scandinavian fish boil. I'm going to have to compare notes because this sounds amazing right in our state.
It's a sign.
It is. I think you're right about that. You can plan your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com. She is the travel secretary, Ann Sayers. Ann, thank you so much for being with us.
It's so great. Thank you.
Love being down here at the Milwaukee Night Market. It is a breezy night, but it's very pleasant. The temperature's great. It's dry. The sun is out. The vendors are getting set up. In about 15 minutes, this place starts rocking. So if you've never been down here, I walked through it last month. It's pretty cool. It's incredible. It's like a farmer's market on steroids under the stars. It's really, really cool. So come on by. You can grab something to eat. You can buy a little Christmas gift or something. We talked to a vendor earlier today that's selling plants and little beautiful plant holders that the owner made. It's pretty good stuff. So
you might be able to get your hands on something without even purchasing it. It might just fly right at you.
Yeah,
you know, move your hand out and grab it, and you'll be good to go.
That's not a bad idea. Keep your head on a swivel down here. You might get hit in the back of the head with a wayward burrito or a onesie. You don't know what's flying down the street here.
Right.
We are here until 6 o'clock. Come by and join us. Tim Sheehy, the president of the Metropolitan Milwaukee Association of Commerce, joins us live from the Wisconsin State Fair up next. John Mercure here for Annex Wealth Management. Volatility is everywhere. Just when you think it's gone, it pops back up, and it really hits home when that volatility hits your investment and retirement plan. It's important to get it right. It's a great time to put things in the hands of the pros at Annex Wealth Management. Michelle and I have been doing this for, 15 years. They've been taking care of our money. They're going to take care of you big time when it comes to investment and retirement planning, as well as tax and estate planning. Annex Wealth Management might be a great fit for the guidance they provide as a fee-only fiduciary. It's about you. It's not about the commissions that some places want you to pay. You've worked, saved, and invested for a long time. Be ready when it comes to your investment and retirement plan and tax planning. And what about estate planning? They go hand in hand, and at Annex, they do it all under one.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here. You know, I played sports my entire life, been hurt a lot of times, but never had been injured until I had to stop doing the sports I enjoyed because my knee flat wouldn't allow it. I visited Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, where they took great care of me. I put my knee in their doctors' capable hands, and now I'm back in the gym, carrying my golf bag, pain-free for 18 holes, and playing tennis as often as I like with no issues. I'd recommend Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin to anyone. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Is your paycheck not going as far as it used to? You'll make good money at John Deere Horicon Works. Full-time factory workers at John Deere Horicon Works start at $23 to $25 per hour plus health insurance with no premiums and annual wage increases. Potential bonuses, $1,000 sign-on bonuses, and more at John Deere Horicon Works. So if you're tired of that small paycheck, move up to the big time at John Deere Horicon. Apply now at Deere.com/Horicon. That's Deere.com/Horicon.
For the last 16 years, we've been hosting private tours throughout the city's most delicious eateries, iconic breweries, and cultural neighborhoods. I'm Teresa from Milwaukee Food and City Tours. Let us plan your next team outing on our Brady Street lunch tour. Kick off your besties bachelorette weekend with a Bloody Mary brunch or on our super fun tacos and tequila tour. And celebrate your next birthday on our famous pizza bus tour. Schedule your next outing with a private bus or walking tour at MilwaukeeFoodTours.com.
Let's face it, selling a home is stressful, difficult, and costly. The repairs, the showing your home to strangers, the months it takes to get to closing. And then what do you do with the 20 years of belongings you've accumulated? There's an easier way, and you have nothing to lose to try it out. Grandview Homes will give you a no-obligation, fair cash offer and close on the day you choose. We buy your home completely as is, no repairs whatsoever. Take the belongings you want and leave the stress and the mess to us. Call or visit grandviewhomes.com.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Backups continue along southbound 43. They are stretching pretty much from before Silver Spring all the way down through the Marquette onto 4394 southbound. Northbound side really hitting the brakes now, right out of the Marquette interchange all the way up to about Silver Spring, and then you are back on the brakes from just before Good Hope Road, pretty solid all the way to about Bradley Road. And once you get past that, you're okay into Ozaukee County. Westbound 94 is a bit heavy from 25th Street through the Stadium interchange. Southbound 41 is pretty heavy from Appleton Avenue all the way down to about Burleigh. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Association of Commerce with us on a windy night at the Milwaukee Night Market.
Market, right outside our studios in your office. Tim, thank you so much for coming down and joining us.
This is the Greg and John Street Show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, wait till we get to juggling.
In the wind. Hey, I want to start with a couple newsy things, then we're going to have a little bit of fun with you.
Sure.
The latest on financing for the Brewers lease extension. I get the sense everybody's talking about it behind the scenes, but there's not a lot being said publicly. What can you tell us about where we're at with the process?
And usually when not a lot is being said publicly, there's a lot going on behind the scenes, so that's good. But from what we can see, the outlines of the details of the plan include a local contribution, a contribution from the state, and a contribution from the team. And I think those are the right three legs of the stool